going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, we're going to be diving into some Taylor Swift content. I know you guys are excited. I gotta tell you, I just recently over on Patreon, I did a full movie watch party. It ended up being like a 2.5 hour, 2 hour and 40-minute reaction. Yeah, that's why we have Patreon. Of Taylor Swift's Journey to Fearless. So I think it was 3 episodes. We did it all together. And I already thought that I had this amazing opinion of her and I kind of knew her. But after watching that, the takeaway was absolutely incredible and just like really elevated how much I appreciate Taylor Swift as an artist. So if you guys are interested in watching that, as well as the so many other videos of Taylor Swift that I have on Patreon, the link is in the description. I appreciate y'all. But I just thought I would say that because going into, I think we're about to watch a little bit of a live performance here. I just like saw the love and I saw the appreciation for not only her fans every step of the way, but I also saw the grind that she put in, and it really makes me take a step back and think of all the times that I heard that Taylor Swift was essentially handed this career. Holy fuck, that couldn't have been further from the truth. I've never seen someone so relentlessly follow their dream as far as taking road trips to Nashville to hand everybody your demos. Like she wanted it and she went out and got it. And so yeah, I just like, yeah, it's very easy to appreciate her when you kind of know those things. So I'm ready to dive in. This is going to be Taylor Swift at the Harvey Mud. We're going to be watching We Are Never Getting Back Together. We are never ever getting back together. And I want to give a huge shout out to Drew over on Patreon for actually requesting this. So I'm pretty stoked. I don't actually know what is going to be going on in this process, but anytime there's a live Taylor Swift video, of course we're going to enjoy it. So let's go.
I tell you about this song and how I wrote it, I want to tell you that I have this like daydream of like how it could be so much fun
Her
to play this song for an audience that was clued into what my daydream is. Can I tell you about it? Okay, so there's a part in this song, and this is gonna give it away, I know, but I just want this to happen. There's a part in this song where it goes like, in every chorus it goes, wee! And I have this like daydream, like that every time I say wee, the crowd goes wee with their hands, like we're celebrating. Like it's a breakup song that we're celebrating, but it's like a parade and it's happy and it's like we're all going with that.
I gotta say, before we even get into the performance of this song, I'm very interested to see this version. I've seen several versions of this, obviously watched a lot of live content of hers, but my favorite still is 1989 rock version. Holy fuck.
This song that I'm about to play for you is a song that I wrote. Sometimes you write songs accidentally, and you don't know you're serious about it.
I've never
just kind
done
of
that,
ranting.
Taylor.
And I wrote this song with I got to co-write with 2 of my songwriting heroes, one of them being Max Martin and one of them being Johann Shellback, who are 2 amazing writers. And that's cool. That's cool. That was a very like nice clap. That was like a respect clap. I liked it. I was in the studio with them and we were writing a completely different song about like liking someone who doesn't know you like them or something. And we're writing this song and in walks this dude who was friends with my ex. And I never met him because he didn't introduce me to his friends.
God damn it. Damn it. Like, you know, I don't know what year this actually happened. Maybe it was around like the Red era, but you know, like if Taylor's going through that and we get things like All Too Well and stuff, like if Taylor's already going through that and then there's something that's going to remind her of that moment, you know it's going to be fucking charged.
It's fine. But I'd never met him before, and this dude walks in and he's like, hey, Taylor, like, I'm friends with so-and-so. And like, he said that you guys are gonna get back together. And I was all, no. And after he left, my co-writers asked me why I looked so weird. And it was because I told them in my head, I'm just like, well, this is like, we are never getting back together. He calls me up and he's like, I still love you. And I'm like, this is exhausting. We've broken up over and over again.
God.
We're not getting back together ever, ever, ever. And they go, that's the song. And I grabbed the guitar and it ended up sounding a little bit like this. We are never.
Okay, I love hearing origin stories of songs, especially songs that went on to be like super popular, gain so much notoriety. Obviously this song stands out in her discography because it was this major single, played everywhere, streamed a lot these days. I think during Red, she still wasn't on streaming platforms. It just amazes me because you get to hear kind of like that inspiration. I know she has like making of songs and stuff that we're going to be checking out like over on Patreon and stuff, just because I do more of like the behind the scenes stuff there. But I like that because you get that like energy that becomes so passionate, that becomes like, you know, this fucking incredible song. The other thing too I love about this song is that so many of us can relate to it. Like, we are never ever getting back together. It's always like your first or second real relationship. And it seems like you guys like break up and make up so many times that eventually that entire relationship feels like there is literally no worth to it anymore because you like broke that bond so many times. And so I love the idea of like, despite all of that, and obviously we know the story from All Too Well in the short film. Despite all of those things, I am ready to just say no, hell no, even if it's just in my head. That kind of inspiration is fucking dope.
Ever getting back together.
Such a good riff.
I remember when we broke up, the first time saying this is it, I've had enough. Cause like we hadn't seen each other in a month when you said you needed space. What? Then you come around.
Red era attitude, so good.
I swear I'm gonna change, trust me. Remember how that lasted for a day? I say I hate you, we break up, you call me, I love you. We called it off again last night, but this time I'm telling you, we are never ever
Yes!
getting back together. We are never ever getting back together. You go talk to your friends, talk to my friends, talk to me. But we are never ever getting back together.
Oh, and having the whole crowd singing, so fucking sick.
I'm really gonna miss you picking fights and me falling for it, screaming that I'm right. And you would hide away and find your peace of mind with some indie record that's much cooler than mine.
God damn. The attitude is so real, even in just like one. I mean, obviously, like this line's iconic. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. With Folklore, with Evermore, no indie record will ever be cooler than yours, Taylor. Having said that, her delivery on this, yes.
Indie record that's much cooler than mine. You call me up again tonight, but this time I'm telling you, we are never ever getting back.
Those harmonies?
We are never ever getting back together. You go talk to your friends.
She's always having like just such a vibe on stage. Oh, this fucking bridge.
And he's like, I still love you. And I'm like, this is exhausting, you know? Like, we are never getting back together. Like, ever. No!
Oh, that note? One more time.
Like, ever. No!
It just seems like one giant party here. God, I love her voice. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like one of the things that stand out so much to me with Taylor, especially over the time that I've spent, like, obviously, like, checking her music out, which really started in 2019, her stage presence and her live performances are like top tier. Like, if I have to choose to like listen to a Taylor Swift album or watch Taylor Swift performance, I'm gonna choose a performance, because as much as I love the music and I love the studio recordings, and I mean, it's fucking perfect, you get so much of her personality when it comes to live music, and I feel like that's something that you can't always catch on record. I definitely have noticed, especially through a lot more of the behind the scenes content that I've checked out, just how much effort she really does put into live music, and it fucking pays off. Like, to me, it stands out when an artist, you know, especially at her caliber, can just like create these memorable moments live. And so I think about like recent times, obviously she hasn't had a chance to perform in quite a while. And like, I get this anticipation of like what that's going to be like when we start hearing some of our favorite songs being performed live from even her more recent albums. Like, there's something special that's going to be happening there. I got to say, in a moment like this, I love getting a chance to hear more of that backstory of songs as they're written. And I think a lot of it comes down to just like, you know, the song, you know, the lyrics, you know how it applies to your life. And those are usually great for us, right? But then there's that next level where it's like, what was that main inspiration? So hearing the story about somebody walking in and mentioning that really triggers kind of that memory and kind of triggers that thought of like, okay, here's the emotions I'm going to put into this song. And in turn, it ends up being this fucking like major hit that everybody loves. And so I love that even in this song, from the first time I ever heard it, there was this comical, kind of sarcastic vibe that she gives in the track anyways. It's like, you know, a little bit like giddy, but like we're being really serious when I say we're not ever getting back together. But there's always like this like playfulness about it that is almost like a haha, you're telling your friends that we might get back together, it's never gonna happen. She brought that to life in this live performance. I just love how it kind of felt like on stage, despite these really great notes, obviously her backup singer is doing amazing, and I can never say enough about her band. It just felt like it was one giant like hangout party where everyone is just super talented. And I love that about her, because that connection with her fans, that connection with the live setting is what makes everything she does so memorable. So watching this was fucking awesome. Some really great notes from her in this as well. And I just love to be able to see more and more of these moments, because I feel like with Taylor, because she toured so much, like she's made so much content, it's like you can never really be done with it, because even if I'm like watching something I've already seen before, sometimes it's like seeing it for the first time. And I think there's something really beautiful about that. And I do think a lot of it comes to just that amount of effort that she puts into everything she does. And I'm going to keep talking about that because, again, I've already known that, but I've learned so much more just recently. And I'm just like blown away, bow down, protect Taylor with my entire life. So I want to give a huge shout out to Drew for requesting this video. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to let me know in the comment section what you guys thought of this live performance, and let me know of some of your favorite live performances from Taylor Swift. What are some of the most memorable things that she's done that you just like can't get enough of? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.